climb had taken 3 days. Sir Alaric's boots were torn at the seams, his chainmail rubbed raw against his shoulders, and the mountain wind gnawed at his bones like a hungry wolf. He was no young squire anymore. His hair was grey at the temples, his grip stiff with age. Yet the king demanded his service still. At the mouth of the cavern he paused. The stone yawned like a throat before him, dark and endless. Once he might have entered with a proud heart, eager for the clash of steel and the glory of song. Now he only felt the weight of silence. Alaric drew his sword. It was old steel, notched and dull, but he carried it as a man carries his burden. Inside, the air smelled of smoke and iron. His steps echoed as he advanced, shield raised, then movement. A shape unfurled in the shadows, wings scraping stone. Gold eyes opened, glowing like coals in the dark. The dragon lifted its massive head, smoke rising from its nostrils.
"So," the beast said, voice a thunderous whisper, "another night come to die."
Alaric braced himself, though his knees trembled. "I am Sir Alaric of Thornhall. By order of the king, I am here to end your terror."
The dragon chuckled, though the sound broke into a pained growl. Alaric saw then that its scales were cracked, its left wing torn and bleeding. Black ichor slicked the floor.
"You are late, knight," the dragon rasped. "Your king sends you to kill me, but another foe has already tried. Something older, something that feeds on the bones of the world."
The cavern rumbled as if to prove its words. Stones rattled loose from the ceiling.
"You lie? What beast could humble a dragon?"
Not beast, hunger. The dragon shifted, revealing the wounds carved deep into its chest. It sleeps beneath the mountains. It woke when your kind dug too deep, seeking gold. Now it stirs, and soon it will devour all, man and dragon alike.
Silence hung between them, broken only by the drip of blood from scale to stone.
Narrator Vio. The dragon lowered its head until Alaric could see his own weary reflection in its molten eyes. Dragon, Vo, help me, knight, bind my wounds, stand beside me. Alone we will die. Together we may yet see another dawn.
Narrator Vo. Alaric hesitated. He had sworn to slay this creature, to bring its head back to his king. But in that moment, sword in hand, he saw not a monster but another warrior, scarred, weary, and bound by fate to endless war, much like himself.
Narrator Vo. At last he sheathed his blade. "Alaric, virai well," he muttered. "But when this is done, dragon, I will choose how this ends."
Narrator Vo. The dragon's grin showed fangs like ivory spears. Dragon, Vo. Agreed. My name is Vathar. And yours?
"Alaric, Alaric," the knight said.
Dragon, Vo. Then let us make the world tremble, Alaric of Thornhall.
They travelled together across the storm-bitten peaks, a knight and a dragon. Villagers fled at the sight of them. Soldiers raised spears, but Vathar ignored them, limping onward, wings dragging. At night they camped in ruined watchtowers and hollowed trees, speaking little but learning much.
"Do you regret the blood you've spilled?" Alaric asked one night, staring into the fire.
Vathar's golden eye glimmered. "Do you?"
Alaric was silent. Finally he said, "Every face stays with me, every scream."
"Then we are alike," the dragon rumbled. "I killed for hunger, you killed for kings. Tell me which master is more cruel."
Alaric had no answer. On the 5th day they reached the ruins of an ancient city half buried in stone. Beneath it the earth pulsed like a heartbeat. The ground split, and from the abyss rose the world serpent, a colossal thing of stone and flesh, its body coiled with the weight of centuries. Its mouth gaped wide, lined with teeth like jagged cliffs, and when it moved, the mountains shook. Vathar roared and launched himself forward, fire spilling from his jaws. The flames bent against the serpent's hide, searing but not breaking it. Alaric climbed the shattered ruins, shield raised, striking where the monster's flesh was raw between armored plates. The battle raged for hours. Vathar's wing was torn anew, his blood hissing on the rocks. The serpent crushed pillars like twigs, sending Alaric sprawling again and again. Yet neither knight nor dragon yielded. At last, Vathar sank his claws deep into the serpent's coils, holding it long enough for Alaric to climb its back. With a cry that tore his lungs, the knight drove his sword into the beast's throat. The blade struck true, piercing the pulsing core beneath its skin. The serpent writhed, shrieking, then collapsed as the cavern roared with falling stone. The ground gave way. Alaric, half buried, gasped as rubble pressed against his chest. A talon, vast and gentle, closed around him and pulled him free. Vathar. At dawn, they stood together on the mountainside, the sun bleeding red across the horizon. Both were scarred, both trembling with exhaustion.
The dragon lowered his head. "Take it," he rumbled. "My life, your honor, the songs your kind crave. You have earned it."
Alaric looked at him, this beast who had fought and bled at his side. Slowly, he let his sword fall into the snow.
No, let the bards sing their lies, the truth is ours.
For the first time, Vathar's eyes softened. With a sweep of his wings, he rose into the sky, a shadow against the morning sun, until he vanished into the clouds. Alaric stood alone on the mountain. No proof, no dragon's head. Only the memory of a bargain struck in fire and blood, and for the first time in years his heart was lighter.